traced for almost 1 month. Minister last seen in public on June 25th.
Foreign Minister Qin Gang cannot attend this ASEAN ministerial meeting because of health reasons.
Chinese social media red hot on reason. Was his close association with this television anchor the reason? Is President Xi unhappy with the minister's foreign affair? The missing Chinese foreign minister is our top focus on India First. From Chinese business tycoon Jack Ma to Meng Hongwei, former Vice Minister of Security and the sitting serving president of Interpol. From actress Fan Bingbing to tennis star Peng Shuai, rising stars have mysteriously disappeared in China even in the past. But what makes the Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang's case more curious is the fact that he's seen as someone who's extremely close to the Chinese President Xi Jinping. Qin Gang is a career diplomat. He was China's ambassador to the United States of America, and his meteoric rise and fall have been amazing, a story that China is hooked onto. But was it all linked to the Foreign Affairs Minister's alleged affair with a television anchor as claimed by Chinese social media accounts? We'll get you much more on this story. Also on India First, supersonic cruise missiles fired at Odessa in Ukraine. And Ukraine has absolutely no defense against these missiles from Russia, slamming it at a speed of almost 3,000 kilometers per hour. I'm Gaurav Sawant. Let's get started, as always, with the headlines on India First. Four accused arrested after shocking video of two Kuki-Zo women gang raped, stripped and paraded naked in Manipur sparks nationwide outrage. Supreme Court takes suo motu cognizance. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says he's angered and anguished. The culprits will not be spared. Day one of the monsoon session washed out after uproar on Manipur. Opposition demands a debate. Government says open to debate, but politics is derailing the proceedings. Relief for Wrestling Federation Chief Brijbhushan Sharan Singh. Delhi court grants bail to the BJP MP in the harassment case. Chandrayaan-3 successfully completes the fourth orbit-raising maneuver. India's moon mission is on schedule. Sweden's embassy in Baghdad stormed over burning of the Quran in Sweden. Protesters set the embassy on fire. Iraq expels the Swedish ambassador. China's Foreign Minister Qin Gang has not been seen in public since the 25th of June. And this has been an extremely sensitive time of China's re-engagement with the United States, with the visit of the US Treasury Secretary, the climate envoy, apart from the visit, of course, of former US Secretary of State Henry Kissinger. But from all these meetings, the foreign minister was missing. He did not even make it to the ASEAN foreign ministers meet in Jakarta. But is it because of the foreign minister's alleged affair? We bring you this report.
The prolonged absence of Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang from the political meetings has been sparkling speculations. China made an attempt to put these speculations to rest, but the controversy is not dying down.
Foreign Minister Qin Gang cannot attend this ASEAN ministerial meeting because of health reasons.
Rumors are rife of his affair with the TV show host Fu Ziotian, affiliated with the Hong Kong-based Phoenix TV. There are also speculations of him having a child with US citizen Fu out of wedlock. Earlier, a video of Fu's interview with Qin Gang had also gone viral. The 57-year-old Chinese minister has not been seen in public since June 25th after his meetings with officials from Sri Lanka, Vietnam and Russia. He was missing in action during the visit of US cabinet ministers Janet Yellen and John Kerry too. Earlier, China had cancelled the visit of EU's High Representatives for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, Joseph Borrell, who was due to arrive in China to meet Qin Gang. Qin Gang, a trusted aide of Xi Jinping, was promoted as China's foreign minister after his brief stint as ambassador to the US. With Mahashweta Lala, Bureau Report, India Today.
From once-top Chinese Communist Party leader Bo Xilai to business tycoon Jack Ma, from Meng Hongwei to the then Chinese president of Interpol to actress Fan Bingbing and tennis star Peng Shuai. Several high-profile Chinese have at times just mysteriously gone off the radar. In some instances, corruption cases were the reason put forward. In some others, no reason came forward at all by an authoritarian regime. So let's try and make sense of these developments. Joining me on India First is Sushant Sareen, Senior Fellow at the Observer Research Foundation. Also with me is India Today's Foreign Affairs Editor Geeta Mohan. Geeta, I want to begin by asking you, was it the foreign affair of the Foreign Affairs Minister of China that's being seen as the reason? And it's strange that the Foreign Office is giving absolutely no reason after initially saying it could be health for the minister missing since the 25th of June.
Well, Gaurav, certainly the colorful life of the Foreign Minister of China now coming to light surely could be the reason. There are red lines. It's a conservative society, and the supreme leader, whatever happens, whatever the leaders do or members of the CPC do, has to be with the approval of the supreme leader. So Xi Jinping being unhappy with the news of not just his private life, but also in all probability his other engagements is certainly the reason why we've seen him out of public life. And again, like you rightly pointed out, this is not the first time. Xi Jinping included in 2012 after assuming office was not seen for a while, and that might have been intentional. But for every other individual who has gone out of public life is because the president of China did not or does not really want him to be seen. It is punishment. We do not know what the extent of this punishment is really going to be, because Qin Gang was touted as one of the most important leaders for Xi Jinping.
Stay with me for a moment, Sushant Sareen. What do you make of this? Qin Gang, he's a career diplomat. His rise was seen as meteoric, considered close to Chinese President Xi Jinping, and suddenly he disappears.
Yeah, Gaurav, if Geeta is right, then in China the principle is the higher you are, the harder you fall. If indeed he is falling. Where I disagree to some extent with Geeta is, in China, keeping mistresses is pretty much par for the course. There are so many Chinese leaders who've kept their mistresses, and in fact it's seen as a sign of virility if these 60, 70-year-old guys keep young mistresses. Of course, there are certain discretions they have to observe, and perhaps this guy wasn't observing those discretions, in the sense that if this woman is actually a US citizen, he has a child out of wedlock, and again, all of this is speculation, and that child is actually in the US, then clearly that's a red line that has been breached. Keeping a mistress is not a problem, but I suppose keeping an American mistress is certainly a problem, even if she's of Chinese origin. But Gaurav, I think what this brings back is memories of, the old China of Mao, for example. That totalitarian, authoritarian regime, which is not accountable to anybody, which doesn't give a damn what people think. Top leaders suddenly disappearing, done to death, sometimes brutalized before being done to death
My
or
God.
being thrown in dungeons. This is so typically Chinese Communist Party. And all those things which, these Western guys had thought that China will change, China will get a new system, China will become more, responsible, it'll become more accountable,
Okay.
it'll become more democratic and open and liberal and progressive. All of that was so much of hogwash. All
That
you
clearly
needed
doesn't
was
seem
one
to be
guy like
happening.
Xi Jinping.
And America is engaging with China. Is America engaging with China on Chinese terms? Geeta, if we were to talk about, Qin Gang, former ambassador to the US, he's 57 years old. When these high-profile visits to China are taking place, Henry Kissinger, before that the climate envoy, the Treasury